Welcome in the kitchen. So glad y'all are here. Look what I got. I've got more knives. This company sent these knives and knife block to me to review. I must be the cutting queen. We'll get one of these old knives over here to open the box. I've not opened them. I've not looked at them. I'm trying to figure out how to pronounce this. Coquus. I don't know. That's the name brand. Coquus Aid. I don't know. And it's called the Legitism Series 15 pieces knife block set. Okay. So let's see what we got in here. I do not know how to pronounce that company's name. I do not. I am so sorry, but I do not. I don't even think I could pretend. All right, designed in Germany. These are German knives. User's manual. That's what we've got right here first. It's got a sharpening steel. Tells you how to use that. I'll start in the middle of the book here, y'all. Table of contents, introduction. And it shows you the knives you get right here. All those different knives. There's 6. 5-inch utility knife, 8-inch slicing knife, 8-inch bread knife, 7-inch knife, 8-inch chef knife, 3.8-inch paring knife, kitchen shear, sharpening steel, and a wooden block. Materials: rubber, wood, and pine wood, inside with rubber feet, it says. Okay, shows you a little bit more about what you're getting there. Shows you how to sharpen, safety instructions. Before first use, wash carefully with soapy water. I'll do that here in just a minute. Cleaning and maintenance. Do not wash in the dishwasher. And I've told y'all that before. If you want to keep your knife sharp, do not put them in the dishwasher. Rinse it with warm soapy water. Do not clean with harsh abrasives. So don't put Clorox or Barkeeper's Friend or any of that stuff on your knives. You shouldn't need to, really. Really, a knife just needs to be washed with soapy water and, you should be good to go. It says the edge. Use multi-process to sharpen the edge so the edge is sharp and durable. The handle is streamlined, fashionable handle with human engineering. Well, that's good since humans are going to use them, right? Suitable for palm and grip sense is more stable. Sounds good. Bolster, the arc design adopted to the finger will slow down the constriction sense of the fingers. Okay. The heel is the part of the blade you would use for quick, coarse cuts. And the blade, it just tells you all that stuff right there. Y'all could read that. And free 1-year extended warranty. Made in China. Well, everything's made in China these days. And here it shows you where you can find them on the different places. All right, I'm going to lay this back here. Let's get to unboxing these and see what we got. I bet that's our knives in that box. And here's our block. Okay. This looks very similar to the other set that another company sent me. Here's our knife block. It's all wrapped in plastic, keep it from getting scratched and so forth. All right. Put that right there in the box. There's our knife block. It shows you where you got your 6 knives here and then your 6 steak knives go down here, and your sharpening steel and your scissors go in here. Y'all can't see me, can you? All right, here you go. Here's your your 6 knives, 3 on each side. Your sharpening steel and your scissors go right here. And down here, you've got places for all 6 of your steak knives. All right, I'm going to slide that to the back just a little bit. And let's see what these knives themselves look like. All right. Here's our scissors, and they've got a cover. Andy's outside, y'all. Those, and look, they've got like maybe a bottle opener, can opener thing. That's neat. That's really neat. All right, I'm going to put the lid on the top back on those and pop those in their slot. These, I'm thinking, are the steak knives because they're kind of serrated. And we're going to eat steak for supper, so I'll let y'all know how I like those. I'll wash them all in a minute. All right, let's see. This is another steak knife, and they come with this little point guard on there. That one didn't, but this one has it on there. This one does too. There's 3. 4. Oh, this is a bigger one. This is your 8-inch slicing knife. They do feel good. They're not as heavy as my knife saga knives, but they do. And when you put your knives in a knife block, you always want to turn the blade to the inside. In case for some reason it didn't go all the way down, it would, you wouldn't reach it back there and cut your hand with it, okay? That's just a tidbit of information for the day. There's the rest of our steak knives. Here's our sharpening steel. That's good and heavy. If somebody knows how to use one of those, please let me know, because that's something that I have never grasped. Here's our little paring knife right here. Now we're getting into our big knives. Here's our big slicing knife. Here comes my boy in. That's a good, heavy, sturdy knife. Put it right there. Here is our, I don't know the difference in the names of these knives, you all. This is the one that I like because it's got the little things here to keep things from suctioning to it. Works most of the time. Sometimes it does not. I still have things stick. Here's another big bread knife. Y'all see that? Nice big bread knife. And last but not least, our other big chopping knife. Big knives are the ones I like the best. If y'all watch me cook, you know that's the ones I go to. All right, that's all the knives. All righty. I'm going to get this up, and I'm going to wash these knives real quick with some hot soapy water. That's all I'm going to use, just nice hot soapy water. And I'll be back and we'll start cutting some stuff, okay? It's me again. It's me again. I wanted to tell you a few more things about this set of knives that I have. These grooves in this knife block, bring y'all down so you can see, are wider than average. So that when the knives go in and out, see how wide that is? You're not scraping the edge of that and dulling your knife every time you put it in and out. See that? All right, well, I'm going to get my other knife block over here and we're going to compare them. They also go in at a different angle. Can y'all see this? These go in with your blade facing down, and gravity pulls that blade to the bottom. Automatically, it's going to rub on that right there. Okay? When you put them in sideways, like this, it doesn't do that. That's a good feature of this knife block. They wanted me to talk about the width of this, but more importantly to me than the width is the way they go in. Most knife blocks, if you've got one, you'll notice your knives go in like this. Every time you put that knife in or out, you're rubbing across the bottom of that knife block, and you're dulling it. You're dulling it every time it goes in or out of this knife block. These will keep their edge longer simply because of that, okay? And they also wanted me to talk about the 15-degree angle. They say that's for safety because then they won't slip. I liked the 10-degree angle a little better, but like I said, these are dulling quicker because of this. And if you go to buy, I'll bring y'all up so you can see my face. If you go to buy a knife sharpener, a good one, no matter if it's $30 electric knife sharpener or a $300 electric knife sharpener, the best angle you can get is a 15-degree angle. You cannot resharpen knives to a 10-degree angle. You can't do it. I've searched and searched and searched the internet. So these come with a 15-degree angle, and that has to be for a reason, okay? So these older ones that I've got, as they get dull, we'll just get a 15-degree angle put back on them. Because there is no way to change that. Okay, there's no way to get them back to the way they were when they were new. So I wanted to add those two key points in my video for you all. But like I said, more importantly than the fact this is a wider slot is the way that they go in. Okay, they go in on their side and not on their knife edge. Okay, so y'all think about that. And I hadn't thought about that till just now, but that is a very good point. Make me think that these knives will last a little longer and keep their sharp edge a little bit longer because you're not dulling it every time you put it in and out of that knife block. So, y'all remember that. This is a very good set of knives. I've got them packed back up because I'm going to put them up until I need them. And then I'll get them back out. And I'll have another good set of knives that way. Although a good set of knives should last you many, many years. So, y'all remember that. Keep all that in mind when you're looking to buy knives. There is a link below in my description box, as well as I will put them in my Amazon storefront for you. So, y'all remember that. And we will close this video out now. Okay, y'all, here's our knives. Look at this. Bring y'all up just a little bit. Y'all can see this nice set of knives I've got here. Look at that. Aren't these nice? Look at that. They're all in there, just like they would sit on your counter. The color is perfect for any kitchen. I've got them all washed now. I'm going to set them back here where I can get to them. And we'll bring my cutting board over here and we're going to start chopping some stuff, okay? Let's see. First of all, I need to make us a salad for supper, so let me get a bowl. All right, I got me a salad bowl right here. So, first off, I'm going to start with some lettuce. Get me a paper plate right here. put that on because it's still got a little water in it. Because I take it and fill it full of water to wash it. And I think I'm going to start with this knife right here. I don't know what it's called. Let me see if I can tell you. That one is our 8-inch chef knife. Turn lights on. And that cut right through there. Just pretty as you please. These have a 15-degree angle. So that one is, this chef's knife's doing great. Just like minimal. But like I said, these are new. So any new knife is going to be very sharp. Okay? It's how they last. Oh, we'll need 3. So it's how they will last over time that will tell the test. Okay? Yes, we're going to have steak, a baked potato, and a salad. You want to come over here and tell your friends hi?
I'm gonna grab pizza.
Oh, we're going to have steak. Come here and tell your friends hi.
Hi, friends.
Come here on this side. Wave at them and tell them hi, friends.
Hi, friends.
Say, how are you?
Friends.
Ask them how they are.
Hi, welcome, friends.
Good job, buddy. All right, now then, we'll get back to our chopping. I got me a carrot here. I've already peeled it.
Fish and baked potato.
Oh, that chopped that good. No, we're going to have steak and baked potato.
We're going
That cut that carrot very nice.
Spaghetti. We're going to have spaghetti.
No, we had spaghetti last night. Now let's just see what this is, just cutting right through that like it was butter, y'all. Just like butter. You know, carrots are usually pretty hard. I should have gotten a sweet potato.
What's great elementary school?
No. That cut that carrot with no problems. All right, let's see what we can do with this pepper. And for this one, I think I want to use this knife right here because I want to be able to go through the middle of it. Okay. Y'all, I've already washed all these vegetables. There we go. There's our pepper. Got that core out of that pepper with ease, didn't I? And he's got his cokes. True test with this one will be to peel a potato. I'm going to go back to this one right here because this is the way I like to chop. That's just the knife I prefer to chop with all the time, no matter what I'm chopping. I like this knife right here. Now I'm going to turn these up here on their side just like that. All right. There's our pepper. Now we need a tomato. Let's see what it does with the tomato. This tomato, oh, it's going right through it. It's not overly sharp. And hubby just come in with the mail. And I got a knitting catalog in the mail. This one is nice for a tomato. So is this one. Depending on what kinds you want. I do not have any fresh celery right now. And I'm just going to cut this tomato just like this. Throw it on the top there for our salad for tonight. I'll probably throw us a little bit of bacon and, you know. All right, let's see how it does to peel a potato. This one right here would be my choice to peel a potato, that 8-inch knife. It peels it, which it should, right? I don't like the way that feels in my hand to peel a potato. Let's try the smaller one. Mom always used a little knife to peel potatoes. This one is a little better. But they don't. I'll show you what I like to peel potatoes with. I like this one right here. It just fits my hand. And you know, a lot of it has to do with how they fit in your hand. And I think it's this little piece right here that I really like. Okay. All right. There's our potato. Now let's see what it does with the apple. Okay. I'm going to put these over there so I can rewash them. We'll try this one on this apple. Wow, right there it went. It does nice. It does.
I'm going to go the Bond Screen Elementary School. I'm going to go the Galaxy.
This is a good one too. I like the weight of this one and the larger ones. The others I'm just not that fond of. Okay? They just don't fit my hand. They're probably great knives for somebody. I don't like them in my other knife set. Those two knives, it doesn't matter what brand they are, they just are not comfortable for me. And when you're cutting, things have to be comfortable, right? Otherwise, you'll cut your arm off. And that would not be good. It would not be. Okay? So, now then, let's cut our meat. I'm going to get a different cutting board because this one I put in the dishwasher. I'm going to slice this up real thin. And I'm going to start with this knife right here. And you want to cut it cross-grained, which would be this way right here. And that's just slicing that up very nicely. We'll try some others here in just a second. That does well. All right. Let's see what this chef's knife does, see if it does any better. I think they do about the same, actually. Here you can cut that real thin. Look how thin that is. The steak's good and tender too. We're going to try another one here in a minute and see if it's any different. All right, I'll put that one over there to be washed. Let's try this one. See how it does. Just slices right through that, just like butter. So they are very sharp, as they should be, because they are brand new out of the box. Do I like them better than my knife saga knives? I don't know that I do. Do I like my knife saga knives better? Really? I don't know that I do either. The scissors have that little thing to open cans and jars and bottles. I do think that's very neat. And I like the fact that the scissors come with a cover. And I think you could maybe even cut bones with those. They look very sturdy. I don't know because I don't have a chicken or anything with a bone in it to try. But we are going to have steak for supper. We'll try these steak knives out, see how they compare to other steak knives we've got. I've got some steak knives that are just really bad, that really I probably need to throw them in the garbage can. Turn y'all up just a little bit. But all in all, it's a very nice set of knives. I'm not sure the price point right now. I'll try to put you a little thing right down here somewhere where you can, I'll tell you the price point, and I'll put you a link to them in my description box. I will also upload this video to my Amazon storefront so people can see the knives actually being used. So if you are in the market for knives, this is a good set of knives. It is. It's a very nice set of knives. Like I said, do I like it better than my knife saga? I don't know that I do. I don't know that I like it worse either. They're pretty much about the same. You get the same number of knives, the same types of knives. The two that I said I didn't care for, it doesn't matter what brand. It's the way that the other knife feels. It feels more secure in my hand when I'm cutting and peeling a potato. Most people do not peel potatoes with a knife. I'm like this strange person that I grew up and I learned how to peel potatoes with a knife, and that's the only way that I do them. So that's just me. Most people use a vegetable peeler or a potato peeler. If I try that, I end up cutting my hands with the vegetable peeler. It takes me 10 times longer to peel potatoes, and I get very frustrated. So I have just gone back to my knife, okay? And this knife right here is my go-to knife in the kitchen if I'm peeling something like potatoes or sweet potatoes or an apple or something that I really need to grip. This one just fits in my hand. I don't have very large hands. They're kind of small, and that may be the problem with some of these other knives. Maybe they're made for hands that are a little larger than mine. Mama always used a little tiny paring knife, and I've got it somewhere. I just can't put my hands on it right now. She even had Daddy at one point take a big old bread knife and cut it down to make her a paring knife out of it. So, because she liked the handle of that knife. So my advice to you is if you're doing a lot of cooking in the kitchen, find you some knives that fit your hands and are comfortable in your hands. Keep them sharp and you'll be happy, okay? So I'm going to leave you all right here with this knife review. I give it 2 thumbs up. Very good knives. Christmas is coming, so if you've got a cook in the house, you got somebody that's just recently moved out, just recently gotten married, that likes to cook, or if they don't like to cook, maybe they need knives so they can get inspired to cook, right? I think so. So As always, you all remember, like, share, subscribe, comment, ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss a video. That'll be all for this one. I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.